are live found it. Hopefully you guys were able to find us on YouTube. So hopefully you guys have also have subscribed. If you like and subscribe on YouTube, then you will be able to see us right when we are live. You'll be able to see. In fact, I'm going to check to see if the folks got hip to it. They may be a little confused because YouTube does that, but that's okay. We are excited because we have a special guest here. We called it a Latin extravaganza because people have been asking us, hey, when are you going to play some Latin songs? Well, we've got a fine performer here. We met him on KMR Place Live. He and I have actually been on other events, and his name is Sal Flores. How you doing, bro? I'm looking to my left, and you're looking to your right, and through the magic technology of OBS, we're here in the lounge together. How do you like that? Isn't he looking good? I think he's looking really good. How you feeling, bro?
Hey, you look good too, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate that vote of confidence since I'm not nearly as pretty as you are.
Never pretty, never pretty.
Oh, never pretty? Oh, is that what it is? Okay. Well, folks, again, just a reminder to like and subscribe to the channel so that you get all the notifications. In the meantime, we are going to start our music. And since we were talking, and we will be talking later about how Sal has an ability to play many different genres, I'm going to try to keep up. I'm going to try to, what do you call it? Represent? Is that what the kids say today? Represent. California in the house today. So hope you guys enjoy this show today. I'm going to start off with an oldie but a goodie, definitely. This is, well, I'll let you see. This is good old Sam Cooke. What a wonderful singer. Hope you guys enjoy this. Darling, you send me. I know you send me. Darling, you send me. Honest you do, honest you do, honest you do. Oh, you thrill me. I know you thrill me. Darling, you thrill me, honest you do. At first I thought it was infatuation, but whoa, it's lasted so long. Now I find myself wanting to marry you and take you home. Whoa, you send me. I know you send me. I know you send me. Honest you do, honest you do. Oh, whenever I'm with you, I know when I'm near you. Honest you do, honest you do, honest you. Whoa, whoa. When you thrill me, you send me. You thrill me, honest you do. At first I thought it was infatuation, but whoa, it's lasted so long. Now I find myself wanting to marry you and take you home. Whoa, you send me, darling, you send me. Whoa, you send me. Honest do. It's a beautiful old song. And bro, I did that because I knew you were coming on the lounge, and I know how you love your oldies, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that takes you back.
Doesn't it? So let me turn off the reverb here. So my friend, special friend here, Sal, you sing so many different styles. Do you think it has anything to do with you growing up in California?
Oh, definitely. I mean, everybody has their different areas where they grow in, but the, the Chicano.
We can barely hear you, so you might want to. Or maybe is it you, or maybe I gotta.
How about now?
There it is. Okay, that's a little better. Your original
Yeah,
sound.
so I mean, the Chicano lifestyle was just rampant when I was growing up still. So,
Rampant.
yeah. So I mean, my brother got involved in it, and there was just there's just Latinos and Chicanos everywhere, and still, and it was just something that we just end up loving. I mean, I love the music, just like the song you just sang. I mean, everything, Marvin Gaye, Otis Redding, you know,
Absolutely.
the Shy Lights, stuff like that. It was just a beautiful thing,
Yeah.
and even though it was all based on the same kind of stuff, it was still everything was still different, and it still had its own
Its
vibe
own
to it.
vibe and flavor. So music, it had an impact. Did it bring you closer to your family, or do you have memories of that growing up?
Oh, definitely, definitely closer. My mom, I mean, she loved Tejano music. She was from Texas, San Antonio.
Hmm.
My dad was born and raised here in San Jose, California, and so we had the mariachis, we had Tejano, then we had Motown, and then my dad busted out with the classic rock, and so it was just a big mixture of what brought us together as a family, whether it be the Latino side or whether it be just the family here at home.
Very cool. So it brings back really nice memories. And we've got members of the chat that they are from a singing dynasty. Nora Maldonado McQuaig, and I think Shirley. I think you had told me somebody in your family sang. I know Pamela Starks. She has family members. Did other members of your family sing also?
My mom liked to sing. She loved that feeling when she heard songs that she loved. She just started singing along.
Hmm.
She had friends that loved music as well, and so we would go over to friends' house, in our, and just be there at big barbecue. We had big barbecues at our house too, and it was like we cram 150, 160 people
Hmm.
in our backyard, and it was just people from different walks of life, people, ethnicities, and
Right.
it was like a big jam session almost.
Right. Okay, I'm raising your volume a little bit. The chat is saying that they can barely hear you, and I'm going to see if that helps a little. Chat, let us know if you can hear him a little better when he speaks. We've been having some technical issues, but at any rate, we're really hoping that those technical issues get fixed. But because you have to hear this gentleman here, I mean, there's Shirley saying speak a little louder, Sal, or just
Okay.
lean into your microphone like that. I don't know that
Yeah,
I have to do that.
I'm just gonna put my lips on it.
There it is. There it is. Yeah, and then when you sing, you just back off because he's got a very powerful voice, and we want you guys to hear that. So I know you don't like to. You're like me. You don't like to be pigeonholed with just one genre, right?
No.
You sing different, multiple styles. Let's call it right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how do you know what you can do if you don't try?
Right.
If you don't try to go over here, and then if you can do it, then you stick with it and try
Right.
more. If not, then you say, oh hey, yeah, okay, I can't do that song.
Right.
But that's how you're gonna know if you don't try it. And so that's where a lot of it came from. And I mean, I've tried a little bit of opera and did that, and I started trying, like I said, rock, and so there's places I can go, and now I for the most part I kind of start learning and know where I can go and where I can't.
Right. So what did you grow up singing?
So I actually started out with Motown.
Really
so so yeah, so that's where a lot of that came from.
interesting.
Yeah, so I mean the Otis Redding, the Marvin Gaye,
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, the song you just sang,
Mm.
things like that. That's what I grew up on, and so that's
Right.
where it started.
Right. Very cool. So you heard your mom. Anybody else in the family sing also aside from your mom?
No, no one else sings. They just,
Ah.
I mean, everybody, but everybody has their own music. Like my sister,
Mm.
I mean, she was like my dad. He liked the rock. I mean, my dad was a big Hendrix fan,
Oh.
and so yeah, and so then my sister kind of grabbed some of that, and so she was like all White Snake and Scorpions and Van
Yeah.
Halen and all that stuff, and so that's where I started picking it up from, and then I have a sister that was into high energy,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it's high energy music, and so it was just like that was just the thing, and yeah, so it was just weird that I'm the youngest of five, so I got it from like all these directions.
Got it. Got it. The youngest
and
of
I,
five. You get all the hand-me-down albums. Cause what was it? Cassettes, 8 tracks. What was it?
yeah, actually, yeah, actually, my dad had 8 tracks, and then it went to the 45s, and he had his vinyl as well, and so that's where a lot of it came from. And then obviously, as technology progressed, we obviously had started off with our tapes,
Ah,
and who obviously doesn't remember making their own mixes.
right.
I
And you had to wait till the that the guy wasn't talking, that there wasn't a commercial, or right.
exactly. I mean, that's when we started recording off the radio, and then
Right.
sometimes, okay, I'm gonna record a little bit from this tape, and I'm gonna record a little bit from that tape,
Right.
and it was just like always, and then obviously the big headache when obviously the tape deck obviously decided to get all crazy mixed up, and then you had to pull the
Right.
tape out slowly, and then
Oh, you have to use the pencil and the scissors. And,
yeah, I know the crazy thing was when my brother showed me how to use just clear tape. He's like, if you have clear tape, you can still kind of save it if it rips. And I was like, wow.
mm,
I was like, okay. I was like,
very cool.
so sometimes you hear like a little crackle when it goes over the tape, but
Right.
it was still good.
Right. That's awesome. So, so you have this very strong draw in California. Can we say what part of California you're from?
Yeah. So
You don't
I'm
have to
from
say
the
the city, but yeah. What's that?
yeah, the Bay Area.
Bay
So
Area.
San Francisco Bay Area.
Did that have an influence growing up in that area? Did the music around you, did that have an influence to pull those influences? It's like Mission Street, you got all the lowrider guys, and then you go to the beach and you got the surf music. Did anything like that happen to you?
Yeah. I mean, so we had Boulevard Nights where
Yeah,
we're
yeah, yeah,
at. We had Boulevard Nights,
yeah.
and then yeah, you go over the hill and you're in Santa Cruz, and so you
Surfers.
still hear oldies, but then you started hearing more like Caribbean mixes,
Ah,
you heard Bob Marley a lot, and then
ooh.
yeah, so it was just a good mix, and I grew up with it was just a multiracial school,
Uh-huh,
so
uh-huh.
I know a lot of people ask like, why don't you speak more Spanish? And I was like, well, I didn't grow. I grew up in
Right.
a school where it was Cambodian, Vietnamese, Filipino, Chinese,
Yeah.
Japanese.
Big melting pot.
Yeah, it was just a big melting pot of just everything. And so, it was just a crazy mix. And so I was really open to everything. And I think that's where it came from, was being so mixed up with other people.
Yeah.
It was like it just went ahead and opened me up like, hey, I don't have to like
Right.
everything. I can just like everything. So
Very cool. So, do you want to show us a little bit of the me, a little bit of that voice, that so some of those influences? How you know? Okay, so you're not fluent in Spanish, but what Latin songs do you tend to sing when you sing Latin? Can you sing as one at least?
So yeah, so it's just I I I like I said, I've stretched out, I've tried things, and even though I cannot converse fully in Spanish,
Uh huh.
I still can sing it.
Very cool.
So yeah.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with Enrique Iglesias, and
Enrique Iglesias, una canción en español para todos ustedes hispanoparlantes y los que les gusta la música latina. Here we go. Sal Flores in the lounge.
here we go. Esta noche bailamos. Te doy toda mi vida. Quiero conmigo. Tonight we dance. I will live my life within your hands. I won't take the floor. Nothing is forbidden anymore. Don't let the world in outside. Don't let the moments go by. Nothing can stop us tonight. Bailamos. Let the rhythm take you over. Bailamos. Te quiero, amor mío. Bailamos. Wanna live this life forever. Bailamos. Te quiero, amor mío. Te quiero. Tonight I'm yours. We can make it happen, I'm so sure. And I won't let it go. There is something I think you should know. I won't be leaving your side. We're gonna dance to the night. And I'm gonna reach for the stars. Bailamos. Let the rhythm take you over. Bailamos. Te quiero, amor mío. Bailamos. Wanna live this life forever. Bailamos. Te quiero, amor mío. Te quiero. Oh, oh, tonight we dance like no tomorrow. If you would stay with me. Te quiero, mi amor. Quédate conmigo. Bailamos. Let the rhythm take you over. Bailamos. Te quiero, amor mío. Bailamos. Wanna live this life forever. Bailamos. Te quiero, amor mío. Como te quiero. Como te quiero, mama. Como te quiero. Como te quiero, ah. Como te quiero. Como te quiero, mama. Como te quiero. Yeah.
Woo-hoo-hoo. You started off with a great track, bro. Thanks for taking off your original sound. We got a little bit of delay there. It looks like the chat is loving that song and they're loving your approach to this. Oh, that's modern. I just played an oldie and then you came up and you just like took over. You know what? I'm going to have to sing something modern just for that. But let's go back to talking to you. So, California. Is there a certain sound to California, do you think? I mean, I'm not trying to take over here, so I'm just trying to, ask you. I mean, I've been back I'm in Oregon now, but I remember. Is there a certain sound, do you think?
You know, I mean, growing up and being, even driving now, you always hear people bumping what they love. You know, a lot of people, sometimes you get
That should be a song, bumping what you love.
yeah, and you get sometimes some people get annoyed. You're like, oh my goodness, he's playing that song. But you know, you always hear something different just cruising down the street. And you don't have to be cruising, but if you're just rolling down the street, you hear people playing music, and you pass one street and you'll hear rock. You pass another street, you'll hear Latin music. You'll hear, bachata. You'll hear salsa. You'll hear, mariachis. You'll hear Tejano. So you go to certain areas and you're just hearing everything, and that's what you're always vibing with. It's like, oh, oh, that's right, I like that song. Let me find it, or let me play it off my
Mm-hmm.
cell phone or
Mm-hmm.
something, and that was the cool thing. And so yeah, so that's what was loved is, and we heard a lot of rock, we heard a lot of Bob Marley, and
Yeah. And then
yeah.
you're like pushing each other with that music. It's like if you were in Southern California, I grew up, I could see the influence and hear it, like Beach Boys, and then you're like, who's coming next? And then Van Halen, their harmonies sounded very Beach Boys like, those harmonies, and then you're in San Jose or Mission, and you hear the lowrider tunes, I'm your puppet and
That's
all that stuff. And I
ah,
was just talking to my friend Kennedy, and he was like, Los, I notice when people come on, it's not that you're competitive. It's just you're like, oh yeah, I like that too. And
mhm.
so does that happen to you? Because
Oh yeah.
I'm vibing off you right now.
Yeah, no, yeah. So I mean, so yeah, so like I said, you'll be driving, or you'll be like, oh, that's right. I was like, oh man, I haven't heard that for a while.
Right.
Let me go ahead and find that real quick.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. Just let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, and I'm
Um,
like albums. I'm old school. I'm going through the albums like that. Like
yeah, I know
anybody even does that,
you go through your milk crates.
right?
So I know a buddy of mine, Josh Phelps. He's a DJ, but he man, yeah, he just has just a gang load of just crates, milk crates
A
of like.
grip, like the kids say now. That's
Yes,
funny.
rip. So, but yeah, that was just a beautiful thing, though. Like
Very
again, it was
nice.
always to hear different stuff and things that just took you back. Like I still hear things that take me back to junior high and everything, man. So,
Nice.
and like you said, growing up, listening to music with my brother and
Hmm.
listening to the oldies. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, big brothers do that for us. I was a big brother, and I felt like I had to share with my little brothers. This is what's good. This is you. You ain't nothing unless you heard this, right? I'm sure you had that, and then now we do that with our kids. Do you do that with your kids?
Yeah, me and my daughter, because my daughter likes to sing, and she's been with me on two little shows, but she likes to sing, and she'll come up to me and say, "Hey, Dad, do you know this person?" And
Mm.
it's like, sometimes I'll say, "Yes, I know that person. Yes, I know that person. Yes, I know." It's kind of like always that. Remember that kid used to say,
Yeah.
"But why? But
Yeah.
why?"
Well, why?
Yeah. And so, but yeah, so she comes up to me constantly, and then there's a few things that she comes up with, and like
Right.
BTS 21, I believe it is,
Hmm.
Korean pop,
Right.
and she's getting into that, and I'm like, wow. I was like, okay, I can't sing Korean, sorry. So,
But they
so
definitely influence us, right? I mean, like the next song I'm going to sing is from Sin Banderas, and my little brother told me about them and Camila and other bands like that. So they keep us relevant. It's kind of a nice little trade, right?
yes.
We show them what's up, and then they show you, like your daughter. Anything else that she brought you, something modern that she's like, oh, I got to check that out.
Yeah. So there's some songs that she's brought to me by the weekend, and
Oh, the
yeah,
weekend, okay.
yeah, and I just have to check. Yeah, let me see this real quick, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is pretty good. And so yeah, so it's just so we can get new ideas from everywhere.
Right. But you also have to watch them lyrics too.
Yes, we do. Yeah, especially with my
I
little
found out
girl.
the hard way.
Yeah, because she's little, so it's like it's like, okay, I'm gonna check these just because I want to check the lyrics, not
Right.
so much for the song right now, but I
Right.
want to check the lyrics
I
first.
know. It's like somebody told me, it was like, Olivia Rodrigo is amazing. And I said, oh, she is amazing. And then, her a little, little word there. And I was like, okay. So, yeah, we do have to be careful with song content. We want, in chat, you guys know, we love to go on Sonic Safari. We like to go and look and we take chances. But sometimes you also have to moderate. What do you think? Is that a good word for our kids? Moderate?
Yeah, put everything in moderation.
No, but I mean like moderate, kind of like edit. It's like, okay,
Oh,
let's
yeah,
watch the language and yeah,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. The okay, pause.
Okay, hit that pause button. Or do we have the clean version of that or whatever?
Yeah, yeah. That's what I've had to teach my daughter
Very
about.
cool.
Like, hey, it's just kind of like back in the day when we were growing up, when they used to put movies on TV.
Right.
Obviously, they would edit it out. I mean, now it's a little different, but hey, it's at least a little something where we
Right.
can double check, double check
Right.
valves, I guess you can call us, to make sure our little ones are
Right.
listening to the right stuff.
Well, listen, we're having a great time talking to you. So I don't want the founders to get upset because we have a lot of songs to go, guys, a lot still. So I'm gonna kick us off again since Sal sang a wonderful song from Enrique. I'll sing "Entra mi vida" just because I'm trying to keep up with the kids and something modern, and then we'll come back, chat a little bit, and then hear Sal Flores in the lounge of sound, guys. Enjoy this. Entra mi vida, sin banderas. Buenas noches, mucho gusto, eres una chica más. Después de 5 minutos ya eres alguien especial. Sin hablarme, sin tocarme, algo dentro se encendió. En tus ojos se hacía tarde y me olvidaba del reloj. Estos días a tu lado me enseñaron que en verdad no hay tiempo determinado para comenzar a amar. Siento algo tan profundo que no tiene explicación. No hay razón ni lógica en mi corazón. Te abro la puerta. Sé que en tus brazos ya no habrá noches desiertas. Entra en mi vida y yo te lo ruego. Te comencé por extrañar, pero empecé a necesitarte luego. Buenas noches, mucho gusto, ya no existe nadie más. Después de este tiempo juntos, no puedo volver atrás. Tú me hablaste, me tocaste y te volviste mi ilusión. Quiero que seas dueña de mi corazón. Abro la puerta, sé que en tus brazos ya no habrá noches desiertas. Entra en mi vida y yo te lo ruego. Te comencé por extrañar, pero empecé a necesitarte luego. Entra en mis horas, sálvame ahora. Abre tus brazos fuerte y déjame entrar. Entra en mi vida, te abro la puerta. Sé que en tus brazos ya no habrá noches desiertas. Comencé a enseñar desde luego. Empecé a necesitarte luego. Okay, found it. I don't do enough modern stuff. So there you go. That's me trying to keep up with Sal Flores in the Lounge of Sound. Sal, you definitely inspired me to rife through them. What would you call those bins? The more modern record collection.
Yeah, I mean, come on, everybody on chat should be giving it up for Los for that one because
Oh, bro, come on.
that was awesome.
Thank you, bro. That's very nice of you to say. I'm learning. That's the nice thing is we've called this a mutual admiration society. We call it MAS, Mutual Admiration Society, because we love and respect each other, and we kind of like remind each other, just a little nudge, just like, hey, there's something you haven't explored yet, right? Is is that uh is that one of the perks that you have for singing so many of these events that you do? Because I've heard you do different events, and you've traveled too, right?
Yeah, no, I've been in LA, I've been in North Carolina. I've been, like I said, I've done, especially when COVID hit, and it was obviously a whole lot of Zoom shows. But it was just, it was crazy because, yeah, it was just not a lot of new things were being found. And I actually was able to introduce, when I went to North Carolina, there was a situation where we were at practice, but I met um, I met Josh Phelps. I'm bringing him
Ah,
up again.
okay, okay.
But his daughter sings, and I guess she took some classical
Hmm.
stuff classes, and he told me about that, and I was like, man, I've been looking for somebody to do. I do a musical by Andrea Bocelli and
Oh,
Celine Dion,
very nice.
but it's hard to find a Celine Dion. Hmm. So
Right. She's an incredible singer. Right.
yes, yes. So it's a beautiful song. It's
Tell
called
me you
Prayer.
did not try to sing Celine Dion.
No, no,
What part
no.
did you sing? So you sang
So
Andrea.
yeah, I sang Andrea,
Right.
and I just, hey, it's like, hey, I went up to her, and I had the the gentleman doing the sound, and told him, hey, do you have this song?
Uh-huh.
And he's like, yeah. I was like,
Oh, very
What
nice.
version do you want? I was like, hey, just, I don't care if it's a karaoke version. I just want you to start playing it. And he's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. I was like, start playing it. She comes running out of the kitchen. She was eating food. And she goes,
You got her off guard. You didn't
yeah,
even
yeah.
tell her?
No, I didn't even tell her. I was
Oh,
like, no, I was like, no.
wow.
I was like, no, I'm not gonna even say anything. I'm just gonna see what happens. And yeah, she came running out, and she even had a little bit of food in her mouth. And but it was just, it was crazy. So he's did it, and I was like, no, let's check it out. And she's like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah. And so we started singing it, and there was a friend of ours in the bathroom,
Hmm.
and she was even yelling from the bathroom. I could hear her.
All right.
We gotta add that to the show, and I was like, and then everybody else is, even Josh came up to me and was like,
Right.
dude, where were you? Where did that come from? Because I was just doing other genres,
For
and
reference,
yeah,
give us a little of Conte Partido, or what song was it? Is it the prayer or which one?
prayer.
Can you give the chat a little tiny bit of it? I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I mean they have to have some kind of reference point, bro.
Sogniamo un mondo senza più violenza, il mondo di giustizia e di speranza, il
Wow.
mondo di no quando sto vicino. There.
Wow. Nice. That's a big voice, bro. Wow. So you guys sang the whole song? She came out and she
Yeah, so she came out, grabbed a microphone, and we sang it, and then yeah, so the the woman that was doing the show, she said, "Hey, we'll go ahead. We'll see if we can add it." And everybody else kept telling her, "No, you need to add it."
mm,
And yeah, it ended up being the last song. We ended up being the last act.
very
So
cool.
it was nice, and everybody was kind of floored because I was doing Bruno Mars and Mark Anthony,
Hmm.
and that went this way, and everybody was like, "Huh?" So
Okay, well since we're already floored, floor us with another Flores song.
another
You like how I did that? Floor us with a little Flores song.
yes,
A
yeah.
little flourish. Sing it with a little
Name
flourish.
twist, name
Yeah, a
twist.
little twist. wordsmith, bro. I'm a songwriter. What can I can't help
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because I actually think when this for this next song, it was weird because I had somebody tell me like I was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" You know,
Mm-hmm.
she told me she's like, "Well, you're always happy," and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"Well, what am I supposed to be?"
Right.
No, it's
What do you
it's
expect?
because yeah,
Right.
it's too much to be negative all the time.
He's a Cali boy. Come on. Give it up for the Cali boy. So, what song are you going to sing for us next?
So I'm gonna actually do Michael Bublé, uh,
Ooh.
"Feeling Good." So
Ooh.
because hey, I mean, like I said, it's always better to stay on the positive tip than doing knocking on the negative door.
All right. I'm going to adjust my little camera thingy here. In the meantime, take it away, bro. Show us why you're feeling good.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, and that's what I mean. In this old world, there's a new world, and the old world for me. Stars when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I feel so good. I feel so good.
Woo-wee. Yes, you are feeling good, bro, and you're looking good. And the whole chat is looking good here on a Friday night. I hope you guys are feeling just as good. Can we turn off your original sound just for a second? There, got a little delay. That's because your technology is so far ahead. Those time-based effects are getting us in trouble. You're in the future. You're so far in the future. I keep hearing the slapback whenever I talk. That's awesome, bro. We can see you're feeling good, and you were like into it. You were committed. I was telling the chat, we need to commit this guy. He was all into it.
Don't put me in a straitjacket.
No, no straight jacket. This guy was crooked. He was just hitting all them notes. You were just whining, and somebody said that control. Is that the comment that you just said, Pamela? Did I read that right? Yeah, his control. Shirley says feeling good. All right. You got hand claps from Maria Barbosa da Silva. Hello, from Brazil. Isela, Pamela, woohoo, yeah. So the chat is ablaze, feeling good, bro. How'd you come to appreciate somebody like Michael Bublé? That's who took you into those waters. That's kind of a loungy, vampy, kind of hot and spicy. You remember?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think it started out with country.
Really?
Yeah, I think when I think about it, it
Mm-hmm.
originated from
Mm-hmm.
there, and there was a song called "Amazed,"
Hmm.
and it was just a low, simple, slow song. And then from there, I that's when I flipped. I was like, man, it kind of sounds like some like 40s, 50s, because
Yeah.
I used to do a little bit of swing dance
Mm-hmm.
when I was younger, and I was like, man, something like from then, and then I started thinking of Frank Sinatra,
Mm.
and it was just, yeah, I was just like, man, and then. Yeah, and then he came. This song came out, and Michael Bublé came out, and he was just his voice was just like almost spot on to that era, and everybody thought tried to think where did he come from, you know?
For
So yeah,
sure. Where is this guy from? And he looked too young to know that kind of stuff, right?
right, exactly. Yeah, it was just like I mean, did you like you're just totally stuck in the past somehow. I mean, it
Right.
was total like Back to the Future type stuff.
Right. And he had that nice growl to his voice. I was like, oh, this guy knows.
So yeah, so it was just. I mean, it's a cool song, and like I said, with the situation that I ran into that one time, and it was just it just that was just reminding me, and it's just hey, I'm happy. I mean, I choose not to be negative. I choose not to be sad because there's no
Mm,
point.
I
So
love that. I was planning on doing something else, but now that you did that, now it's like I'm gonna feel like it's a doggy downer. So maybe I should do a. Maybe now we need to vamp it up a little too.
yeah,
That's your MO, right? You're known for having that Sal Flores charm, that smile that you're always having. How do you stay positive so much? I mean, we've had COVID, we've had pandemic. How do you stay creative and upbeat?
and I mean it can be a battle sometimes, man. I mean, everybody goes through those days where they're just stuck on something that they're going through and
Hmm.
they can't get over it. But it's you know, uh, I myself I pray,
Oh,
you know,
okay, faith. Okay,
so the faith gets me there, and I own it to that, and then you get into that reason, like, yeah, what's the reason?
right,
There's no point in being
right,
negative, and you let things be the way they're going to be,
right,
and do
right.
much
Plus,
bring
I,
up as
I
much
hear you
positive.
always you light up when you talk about your family. How many boys do you have?
I have two boys
Two
and one
boys,
girl.
and you have the little girl. I know that's the apple of your eye. You always light up when we talk about your little girl because she sings. So far, Mr. Flores, we've got faith, family, the Flores way, and then friends. They mean anything to you?
Nah, no, I was kidding. No, I was kidding. No, no friends. No, friends like you. I mean, friends that I met in music, but friends that I grew up with. I mean, I had a buddy of mine from Texas that came over to visit, and he was here. What was it last week?
Hmm.
And it was a cool thing, man. I hadn't
Yeah.
seen him for so long. He went through his issues,
Hmm.
but he's like back, and he's just like, he was all gun ho, and it was good to see him, and we just chilled and met some other friends that we grew up with,
Hmm.
and man, we just had a blast, and it just yeah, so it makes a big impact um, when because he was into his music, and so I got you think of Fresh Prince and
Right.
other old school hip hops
Right.
stars and stuff like that, and that's where that came from his side.
Right.
So it was just a cool thing.
So is it always on the up? Is it always good? Is it always great life for you?
No,
No. Okay.
there's music leads us everywhere, and
Right.
that's the cool thing about me loving so many different things is because we don't feel one way all the time,
Right.
so
That's awesome that you do that.
different music leads you in a different direction of what you're feeling at the time. And so that's another reason why I was just kind of branching off, because I was like, oh man, this makes me feel good.
Right.
Like, I'm going through some stuff, and man, this song is awesome.
Right.
But then the music still is uplifting for me.
Right. So you use that as a means of expression to kind of help you out of that funk,
Right.
if we will, so for lack of
Yeah.
better words.
Exactly.
I'm looking for all these F words. Oops. Flowers and funk and faith and friends. And guys, you guys kind of cringe there. That's all right. It's the Lounge of Sound. We're going on a sonic safari. While we're there, I might as well, since you took us to Bublé, am I allowed to sing a Bublé song after you?
Hey,
I mean, geez.
do what you feel. That's all I ever say is do what you feel.
Do what you feel. All right, since you feel you were feeling good, we'll do a little Bublé too, because I really enjoyed your reading of Feeling Good. Here we go, guys. Sway. Oh, it would help if we have the sound.
Oh, here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are not only musicians, but we are roadies and IT and
That's awesome. That's great save, bro. Great save. Here we go. Let's do this. Hey! When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, make me sway. Like a lazy ocean hugs the shore, hold me close, sway me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze, bend with me, sway with ease. When we dance you have a way with me, stay with me, sway with me. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sounds of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Eso, a bailar todos. Música latina y todo el mundo, yeah. You feeling it? Yes, we are, and it's a Friday night on the lounge. ¿Quién será? ¿Quién será? ¿Quién será la que me quiera a mí? Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sounds of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. ¿Quién será la que me quiere a mí? Dime quién será la que me quiere a mí. Yeah, vamos a bailar
Yeah, that was awesome. I like that you had a little Spanish in there too.
I threw a little Spanish at "Quien será la que me quiere a mí." That was a song. I can't remember who, but it was an incredible version. And I mean, how can you not get happy when you hear songs like this, bro?
Right?
Kim Maria Barbosa says Kim. Obrigado. Thank you. All the way from Brazil. They're correcting me. That's very awesome.
Yeah, that's cool to have people from down there, and that's awesome.
So the chat is lighting up because they love Latin music, and we promise that we will give you more Latin music.
Yes.
Today we didn't plan to do this, and it kind of slipped. I kind of said a Latin extravaganza. Pamela says, "I'm imagining my partners leading me across the floor, dancing like no one can see." That's awesome. But just to let you guys know, Sal and I will be teaming up at least two more times this year, right? You want to remind them we're going to be playing Zumapalooza
That's right, in September.
September the 24th. We can't hear your music, Patrick says. Okay, that's odd. Okay, so anyway, the song is over. But yeah, so Zumapalooza will be September 24th, and I'm not sure when in October KMR Place Live should have another Latin show to follow up, and Sal will be again with one of the performers. So if you guys love the Latin guys, we're gonna try to serve it with a bigger dish next time coming out. Because I mean, how do you follow somebody like Sal? And I get ramped up and vamped up, and I hope you guys are enjoying this show with Sal.
Hey,
But
just
yeah,
like they say, we're here to sharpen each other. So, hey, when we wrap each other up, then hey, it just goes. "Woo."
yeah,
And they get it all.
Yeah.
Everybody that's listening gets it all.
yeah. We're gonna end up with pointy heads and sharp tongues.
But there you go.
But I'm bum. Yeah. Hey guys, I'm a product of the '80s. What can I say? Anyway, we're having fun here in the lounge, and it's a happy Friday night. And I'm hoping you guys. I know it was a long week, and it must have been hard. But I hope you guys are calling your friends and saying, "Hey guys, we still got like 35 minutes left in the Lounge of Sound, and we've got Sal Flores." And guess what? He doesn't just sing Latin. You sing so many other styles. What do you got coming for us now?
I'm going to go ahead and again something that I grew up hearing and well, especially coming out of my sister's room, but when I was growing up. But we're gonna do a little bit of rock, and we're not gonna get too crazy. But hey, it's we're just gonna do a little bit of that and get
Nice.
some Stone Temple Pilots up in here.
Nice.
Waiting on a Sunday afternoon for what I feel in the night. Feeling like a hand in busted shade. So do you laugh or cry? Reply. Leaving on a southern train, oh, yesterday. You lie, promises, but I seem to be only what's inside. Goodbye, all of me, if you said to me. did for you. Life, goodbye. Even on a southern spring, oh, yesterday, you lied, promises what I seem to be. Oh, you was blind. Go by all of these things I said to you.
Where's my flashlight? Where's my flashlight so I can shoot it out for the chat?
Go.
Woohoo! Yeah, I don't have a big lighter. I don't smoke. Unless I'm playing guitar. That's the only time I try to smoke. I don't always, but
Yeah, no.
nice. STP.
Not good for you.
STP. That's is that a big surprise to people that when you do rock like that?
Yeah, I mean, especially those who have only heard me do R&B and
Right.
Motown and
Right.
like things like that, where it's a little bit softer and more calm. Yeah, people just kind of like, well, what, huh? Where'd that come from? So it's a good feeling though. I mean, it's a good feeling thing for me because I get to surprise people, and then it's a good feeling for them because then they're like, my goodness, we're hearing all this stuff coming from one person. So yeah, so it's a cool thing.
Got it. Yeah. How about if we slow things down? Is that okay, chat? I'm gonna do a song. Yeah, I think we've got some people probably thinking it's, hey, these guys are going a little crazy here. So guys, don't forget it is our show and it is a Friday and we're trying to get out from under all of the duress of the week.
Yes.
So we're gonna relax. We're gonna do another Latin song to bring things down. Fantastic job, bro. Somos novios.
Somos novios, pues los dos sentimos mutuo amor profundo. Y con eso ya ganamos lo más grande de este mundo. Nos amamos, nos besamos como novios, nos deseamos y hasta a veces sin motivo y sin razón nos enojamos. Somos novios, mantenemos un cariño limpio y puro. Como todos, procuramos el momento más oscuro para hablarnos, para darnos el más dulce de los besos, recordar de qué color son los cerezos, sin hacer más comentarios, somos novios. Para hablarnos, para darnos
Somos el más dulce de los besos. Recordar de qué color son los cerezos. Sin hacer más comentarios. Somos novios. Siempre novios.
All right, yeah, I love it. Nice, calm. Nice.
Yeah, it's good to do that. You know, that's the nice thing about music is we can lift spirits up and then we can just relax and. But it's not always. It's not as simple. It's not as cut and dried. People don't know. We've got all this technology. We got lights turning off and cameras moving on us, and we've got microphones that kind of glitch out. We've got all these things. How do you handle it all? Are you how do you handle stress? How do you handle um, like those occasional glitches in mid performance?
Hey, you just play through it. If you play through it, then usually no one's the wiser, so to
No,
speak. Not to be mean, but usually
no, it's the worst.
we have you look at a musician or someone who even somebody who does really love music and they have a good ear, every once in a while they'll hear a little glitch, or someone who knows the song really good and you like maybe you missed like 3 or 4 words, but usually you just play through it. Because I mean, it doesn't do anything basically to stop cold turkey and be like, oh, okay, let's start it all over again. Sorry,
Right. The show must go on. Do you believe that that's true?
yeah, perfect way. I mean,
Right.
it sounds cliche, I guess people can say, but it's the epitome of that, and knowing what that means, and
Yeah.
knowing just to play on and just
Right.
don't let that negativity come into you, because then that's what's going to eat you alive.
You've got to embrace. And I like how somebody said you gotta. They're all pitches. If you're at bat, right? Some are gonna come straight. Some are gonna come crooked. You gotta take them all. You gotta take them all.
Right.
So life is gonna hand that to you. And again, we've always said adversity breeds endurance, and we're gonna have to, guys, in the chat. I mean, isn't it true? Life will hand us some things we don't expect, and it's kind of like music. You're just gonna have to find, what do you really want to hear? What do you want to feed? What kind of input you put is the kind of output that you're gonna send out into the world on Monday morning.
Yeah, yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's just and obviously music, especially for me, makes me happier. But the faces and the reactions that people have when I'm able to sing and sing what I'm feeling,
Right.
they can feel it and they
Yeah.
can hear it, and they light up themselves.
Absolutely.
Just pass on that good vibe, as I guess you could say. And
Absolutely. Because we're nothing. Found it's we're nothing without you. I mean, imagine trying to sing into empty space. You just don't feel the same. But I'm imagining your faces, and right now, I hate to say it, but I was singing to Sal because that's all I can see. I can't see you guys, but I'm singing to Sal. If I see his face reacting like, yeah, that's a good note. I was like, oh, that was a bad note. It was a little hazy there, a little pitchy. I see it in his eyes, and so I'm like, oh, okay. So we feed off each other, and we have to make sure that we propel each other to something positive, something good, right?
Mhm.
Speaking of something good, what do you got coming for us now?
Oh, okay. Well, this is some more of California. Well, with what I'm used to listening to. So,
Nice.
just going over the hill and listening to some Bob Marley. So,
Oh, yes. All
gonna-
right, Chad, you guys are in for a treat. I heard this.
yeah. So, we're gonna do "Could You Be Loved," and everybody needs that right now. So, again, as Los can attest to, we do love you guys and love that you guys are here and supporting us. And again, this is our way to appreciate your love for us. So feel our love as well. So here we go.
Don't let them fool you. Or even try to school you. Oh no. We've got a mind of our own, so get out of here if what you're thinking is not right. Love would never leave us alone. In the darkness there must come out the lights. Could you be loved and be loved? Could you be loved, oh now, and be loved?
The road of life is rocky, and you may stumble too. So while you point your fingers, someone else is judging you.
Love your brother, man.
Could you be loved? Could you be loved? Could you be loved? Could you be loved?
Don't let them change you. Oh. Or even rearrange you. Oh no. We've got a life to live. They say only the fittest of the fittest shall survive. Stay alive, yeah. Could you be loved and be loved? Could you be loved, oh now, and be loved?
Ain't gonna miss your water until your well runs dry. And no matter how you treat him, the man will never be satisfied. Could you be loved? Could you be loved?
Say something,
Could you be loved?
say something, say something, say something. Come on, say something. Let's go, say something,
Could you be loved?
say something, say something. Reggae, reggae, rockers, rockers, reggae, reggae, rockers, rockers.
Could you be loved?
Say something, say something. Come on, say something,
Could you be loved?
say something, say something,
Could you be loved?
say something.
A little bit of Bob Marley won't hurt anybody. Yeah. And then I like that line that he says, "Wash your finger before you point and judge." Wow, what a great line. Bro, can we turn off the original sound just for a little tiny bit? While you chat. So, Eugenia had a great question for you. She says, ¿Cuánto tiempo llevas cantando? How long have you been singing professionally?
Professionally, so
Well, the first time you get paid, pizza or $1, you got paid, right?
yeah, I got paid either way. Yeah, so that was probably back in probably I think it was 2009.
2? Oh, I was gonna say 2002 because you sound like you've got 20 years on that voice, at least. And I'm not trying to tell you, I'm not trying to throw you under the bus and tell them how old you are, but your voice sounds a good 20 years.
Yeah, no, I just never really pushed myself any further, and I mean, I think it was also too timing. I mean, back then, back when I was growing up, obviously there was really nothing unless it was live, and at the time, I really didn't know many people that were into live music. It wasn't until I met some friends from Oakland area, and then when I started with them, I played with a few small bands before. I started playing with them in Oakland, and then from there, people from LA heard about me, and then I went to did the show in LA, and then North Carolina came along. So It wasn't till then. So it wasn't until that moment where I
Okay.
started actually getting out there.
So you're mainly known as yourself, right? More so than bands. You're known more as Sal Flores. If we were to look for you, you know, you look for you on YouTube, Instagram, and all that. You're mainly known as Sal Flores, or are you known for other bands?
Yeah, I'm mainly known for Sal Flores.
Sal
Some
Flores.
of the other bands didn't work out, or just again, having my kids, it just doesn't work. Some of the bands are like out of the way, an hour in one direction or an hour in the other direction. And so
Got it.
it just makes it rough.
Really quick before we forget. So, excuse me. Yeah, we definitely want you to come to Portland and sing along with the band and all that. But in the meantime, if we were to look for you, where are we gonna find you? At
You can find me on Facebook. Been
Uh-huh.
setting that up, and then as well I have
as Sal Flores.
yes, and then I have a YouTube channel that I started up, and you can see some acts and performances on there as well, from previous shows I did, and then basically you can look at Sal Flores vocals.
Got it. Okay, so I'm gonna remove the other one. Need to make sure that everybody knows how to spell it. Yeah, yeah, she said she wanted to know the years, nada años. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, not mention years. Yeah, Algenia. Some people are a little cagey about telling about the years.
Okay,
Yeah, so Sal Flores, we're going to be looking for you on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. But yeah, YouTube, just they type in what, Sal Flores?
yeah, Sal Flores vocals on YouTube.
Sal Flores vocals on
Yeah.
YouTube. Very
Yeah.
cool. So it's not always happy, right? So we know you're going to have to finish this show with something banging. So we're going to bring it down again a little bit. This is old school and this is Spanish because we did say it was a Latin show. So one of my favorite singers is Emmanuel. So this is for the older crowd in the chat, my mom, my dad, and a few other friends that like Emmanuel.
Yo era feliz contigo, vida mía. Tú eras principio y fin de mi alegría. Yo te creía fiel como la luna que acude a protegernos cada día. Yo era feliz contigo, vida mía. Tú eras mi perro fiel, yo era tu guía. Hasta que desperté de mi locura y pude comprender que me mentías. Todo se derrumbó dentro de mí, dentro de mí. Hasta mi aliento ya me sabe bien, me sabe bien. Mira mi cuerpo cómo se quebra, mira mis lágrimas cómo no cesan por ti. Todo se derrumbó dentro de mí, dentro de mí. De humo fue tu amor y de papel, y de papel.
Mira mis sueños como se queman, mira mis lágrimas como no cesan por ti. Yo era feliz contigo, vida mía. Tú eras mi perro fiel, yo era tu guía. Hasta que desperté de mi locura y pude comprender que me mentías. Todo se derrumbó dentro de mí, dentro de mí. Hasta mi aliento ya me sabe ayer, me sabe ayer. Mira mi cuerpo cómo se quiebra, mira mis lágrimas cómo no cesan por ti. Todo se derrumbó dentro de mí, dentro de mí. De humo fue tu amor y de papel, y de papel. Mira mis sueños cómo se queman, mira mis lágrimas cómo no cesan por ti. Todo se derrumbó dentro de mí, dentro de mí. Hasta mi aliento ya me sabe ayer, me sabe ayer. Mira mi cuerpo cómo se quiebra. All right, Chad. I'm going to have to ask really quick. Patrick is saying that he can't hear my music. Can you guys hear my music? Let me know, chat. Shirley, Algenia, can you guys hear? You can, bro, you can hear the music, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
sure.
for some reason, Patrick says he can't hear the music. I don't know what to tell you guys. But yeah, Elizabeth Thomas is saying yes, you can hear the music. Patrick, I wonder if it's something about your settings. I'm sorry you can't hear it. It's not as loud as usual, but mostly talking. Okay. I see. Okay, well, we'll give it a shot. We're trying to fix the settings here on OBS software. We might have to raise it a little bit. Going back, we need to hear some more music. It's a music show, bro. What you got for us?
All right, so I was thinking just doing some stuff that reminds me of when I was growing up again with my dad playing Santana. You know, I heard a lot of that, and so it was just something that was crazy. I mean, I had an uncle that was in a motorcycle clan, I guess you could say, but he was playing similar things, listening to Santana all the way down the road. So we're gonna do a little bit of that. So this is gonna be kind of a mashup of a few songs.
Very nice. We're looking forward to this.
Vámonos, Guajira, vamos a bailar, carenito. Vámonos, Guajira, vamos a bailar. Quien le que quiera, Guajira, Si tú quieres bailar, yo te agarro la mano y vamos a bailar. Here we go. Vámonos, Guajira, vamos a bailar, sí, morena. Vámonos, Guajira, vamos a bailar. ¿Quién le que quiera Guajira? Si tú quieres bailar, belele, belele, bem, bem, y vamos a gozar. Hoy vámonos, Guajira, vamos a bailar, primarcito. Vámonos, Guajira, vamos a bailar. Oye, vámonos, mujeres. Oye, ¿cómo va? Me ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata, oye, ¿cómo va? Me ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata. ¡Woo! ¡Bravo! Oye, ¿cómo va? Me ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata, oye, ¿cómo va? Me ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata. ¡Au! ¡Mi corazón! Esa mujer me está matando, me aspirará al corazón. Por más que trato de olvidar, mi llama no lo razón. Mi corazón ha prestado, salido han abandonado. A ver, tú sabes, dime a mi amor, cuánto amor nos hemos querido. Ay, corazón espinado, cómo duele, me duele, mamá. Ay, cómo me duele el amor. Let's go, come on. Ay, cómo duele el corazón cuando no es bien entregado. Pero no lo olvides, mujer, cada día dirás, ay, 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 cómo me duele el amor. Ay, corazón espinado, cómo duele, me duele, mamá. Ay, cómo me duele, mi amor. Ay, corazón espinado. Ay, cómo me duele el amor. Oye.
All right, that was Sal Flores in the Lounges Sound, bro. You definitely showed us that you have we've done different styles. Did you have an oldie that you like, something that you think is representative of what you do?
Oh,
I don't care if we
boy.
go over time. I don't care.
Okay.
Unless if you don't, I mean that's okay. Maybe next time because we definitely gonna have you back on the Lounge of Sound, hopefully in September, so we can get ready for Maestro and Maestro's got the Maestro Mix has a show, Zumapalooza, and we will be in that September. And then KMR plays live Latin show in October. So you guys will definitely be hearing that. We will definitely be trying to showcase some Latin. Any parting songs? A quick one or?
Well, here's here, I'll try this one. Let's see. I've done this one. It was actually my parents' wedding song.
Oh, perfect. Okay, guys, don't forget before he's gonna do a last song. Don't forget Sal Flores, vocalist, here on YouTube, and then here now you can hear the playback for the Lounge of Sound. And we hope that the sound and everything got fixed up. We're hoping that fixed itself. Go for it, bro. And you guys have a wonderful Friday night and a wonderful start to your weekend. Take us out, bro.
Hope everybody's loving this. And yeah, I hope everybody's getting the sound good. So
Yeah, they said that you were a little quiet. You were a little quiet, so
all right, yeah, we'll try to
there you go. There's that mic.
try to fix
The
this
loving
up.
the songs.
Okay.
Oldies on the Lounge of Sound.
La 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 la. I never met a girl like you in my life. I never, yeah, I never met a girl like you in my life. The way that you hold me in the night, the way that you make things go right, whenever you're in my arms. Girl, you're feeling me with all your charm. Suavecito, mi niña. Suavecito. Suavecito, mi niña. Suavecito. Love you. La 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 la. I never, no, yeah, I never met a girl like you in my life. Cause I know there'll always be together just you and me. From here on you're gonna see you'll be mine until eternity. Suavecito, mi niña. Suavecito. Hey, hey. Suavecito, mi linda. Suavecito. Suavecito, mi niña. Suavecito. Suavecito, mi niña. Suavecito. Baby, baby, mi niña. Suavecito. Suavecito, mi niña.
Awesome, bro. Thank you very much. We'll be back here Fridays. You know where to find us here at the Lounge of Sound. Thanks so much for coming, bro. Sal Flores, everybody. Chat, give it up for Sal Flores out of California. Sal Flores, We love you. We hope to see you again soon. We will see you again. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.
Take care, everybody.